Hey guys, I want to get on here and give a reaction to my Jazzy life. Basically, we're to the point where Jasmine is trying to get her kids enrolled in daycare slash getting ready for the other kids to go back to school, which is a very technical and tedious time for single moms and most moms and dads, period. Jasmine to the point where she's trying to get the birth certificates for the kids. She's also to the point where she's trying to potty train the kids. Now, personally, I can sympathize with her on that as far as the potty training. I'll tell you why. I have a son myself. It's very, very, very tedious as far as trying to potty train boys, if that makes sense. But potty training in general is very, very hard. My son, when he entered daycare, he was not potty trained, and I was very, very adamant, and to the point where I was scared to let him go there because I felt like since he's not potty trained, they're not going to do what they need to do for him. But I was also doing what I need to do as well at the house. I was potty training him. He proceeds. He goes to daycare slash Head Start. He does well. He's progressing to the point where I like it. I'm able to go back and forth and do what I need to do as far as working and going to school. So it was a good fit. Fast forward, we actually to the point where COVID hits. So I'm to the point where I have to homeschool him per se, and he's back home with me. But yeah, back to Jasmine. I think Jasmine is not doing a bad job as far as the kids are concerned. She's doing just like everybody else. She's trying to get it together, but the only difference between her and I is because she has a lot more kids. But I'm thinking that when Jasmine can get those two, the twins, into daycare, she'll have a lot more breathing room. That makes sense because we as mommies need breathing room. Yeah, she's able to, vlog a little more, do what she needs to do. But I personally hated to see that she actually lost the actual sponsorship. Let's just say, quote unquote, sponsorship for Blue Ribbon. And I'll tell you why. I'm not the type of person that I want to see somebody lose anything. I'm hoping that she can get more sponsorships for that channel because guess what? It's going to benefit the kids. I'm all about the kids. I'm not to the point where I'm hating or doing anything on that type of level. But overall, I think that Jasmine still has a lot of work to do as far as a mom because she's to the point where she can't prioritize. And I know it's hard, even though you got a lot of kids, but Jasmine needs to prioritize. And I say it again, prioritize. The main thing she should have been trying to do, and I still say it again, is get those kids potty trained. That should have been her main goal to get those kids potty trained. I don't care how hard it was. Because at the end of the day, once you get them potty trained, that's less you got to do. They can go to the restroom themselves. You just a lot of times have to be in there, make sure they don't mess with stuff, but monitor them. But that would be something good for them to do because they, you can also to the point where you can reward them. I seen a lot of people do that because they was giving me types of examples as far as trying to get my son potty trained to do a reward system. If you know certain kind of things they like to eat or however, you might say, hey, if you go potty, you can get this and maybe something else. You offer what they like versus something else. And in the meantime, you actually introduce them what they like and introduce them to something else, if that makes sense. But I'm glad to see that Jasmine actually is in that home and that she's enjoying her home as far as I can see. But I have to have a but. The thing I don't like to see is the fact that she's always lifting things. Now, me personally, that kind of irks me because it's the fact that she's prego. She's doing a lot of bending, a lot of lifting. I'm thinking that, with her having a mate there, she's supposed to not have to do that type of stuff. But hey, that's just me. That's more stress on the baby. If that makes sense, she should be to the point where she shouldn't have to stress about those type things. She should have to be able to be prego. Does that make sense? And the reason why I can kind of sympathize with Jasmine on a certain level, on difference between with Jasmine, all three of my kids, I had to work up until my due date. I wasn't to the point where I was able to sit at home because bills keep coming. I just no, I can't just stop, and be a single mom at home. I would, in a perfect world, I would have been able to do that. I kind of get to the point now where I kind of reminisce because of my daughter. She just had a birthday, and I think about the time when I was actually potty training her. I also got a middle child. She's good. She's going to the third grade, and my son he's entering kindergarten this year. So I'm to the point where I'm a little nervous because I don't want to let him go because like I've told everybody, my son is ADHD. So as a mom, I'm very protective of him because I know what his limitations are versus what his strengths are. Now, in a perfect world, I would like to be able to homeschool him, but I'm not to the point where I'm able to teach him per se, if that makes sense. Not saying I can't, but I'm to the point where I probably could do it, because I am tech savvy. So I can probably get him to the point where I can reach him to a certain extent if I got help. Only thing is that I have a lot of people in my family that are teachers. I have two cousins that are teachers, but with the way COVID is going, I'm kind of afraid to let him go back, and that is why I'm ready for not wanting him to go back. It's not that I don't want him to progress in school, but yeah, I'm keeping my child to the point where he's good. I've already taken him to the dentist. He's been there. He's gotten his school clothes, and most importantly, he's already been to see a psychiatrist because he goes for his ADHD appointments. I have to take him to that. So that's a lot on me, but I have to make it prioritized because he is my priority. Now, as far as his behavior, I'm gonna have to give you an update on that. Funny story, because it wasn't funny when it was there. He was to the point where he had a meltdown. I'm looking at therapist, she's looking at me, and we're like, what in the world is wrong with Cameron? But I realized what it was. He did not want me to take his backpack. And I was like, why he want me to take his backpack? And it dawned on me, he wanted to get his snacks out of there. He wanted to eat during the session. You can't do that. But yeah, Cameron's to the point where he wants to do what he wants to do. And I'm not here for it. And he knows that. Now, a lot of people might not like my parenting style. That's why a lot of people be saying, why I be coming for Jasmine? No, I'm not coming for Jasmine. I'm just giving my unbiased opinion as far as Jasmine's concerned. Now, I can give kudos to Jasmine at the end of the day because I couldn't do what she's doing with all those kids at one time. Now, I couldn't do it. Only difference between her and I is I space my kids out. That's why I get like a particular break. Now, if that makes sense. Now, I got my oldest daughter. Sometimes she can watch me if need be. But back to Jasmine. I'm not going to sit here and say that Jasmine is a bad parent because she's not. Jasmine just needs to, just like everybody's been saying, she needs to prioritize, get those kids together. And she's in a good space right now. I don't care what nobody say. Even though she's prego, you know why? Because the twins are to the point they can go to actual Head Start. They don't have to be potty trained. All you got to do is find somebody that's willing to do it. Same thing with my son. And I think those kids will be just fine. Now, as far as Aiden is concerned and Ava, the fact that they might could be in the same classroom is actually going to help them because see what one doesn't understand, the other one can help. So that's actually a good thing, the fact that they're twins. Now, with them being a Head Start, all kind of doors are going to open for her. Anything that she needs, as far as they saying that the kids might be on the spectrum, they got somebody to come in and do that. That's how I found out my child was ADHD. Now, they didn't want to accept it, but it is what it is. But as far as Jasmine's concerned, that's the thing that I don't like, the fact that, she's doing a lot of lifting. She don't need to be doing that prego. Now, everybody was coming for me. They were saying that I was wrong for saying she should not have put up a registry. No, no, no. I never said she should not have put up a registry. I said, now, I don't know how she was raised, but the way I was raised, I'm not trying to put myself out there like that, and I got a man in the house. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going over this now. If I was to call my mama right now and say, Mama, I need such and such, blase this, blase that, and I got a whole man standing here, first thing she's going to say, what is he doing? Now, they just have my mama come at me. A lot of times saying why she talk crazy to me like that. But the things that she say to me is why I'm to the point where now, if I have to ask for something, it's going to take a minute for me to ask for it. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to think about it and say, hey, why did you ask for that? Can't you grind to get a little harder and get whatever you need for the kids? And that's what I'm going to do. Now, I got into another content creator's actual live, and they was coming for me because they felt like I was bullying Jasmine. No, 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 no. I'm not to the point where I have to bully anybody because I'm a single mom myself. I would never bully a person. That's not the type of person I am. I'm on here just giving my opinion. The thing about the internet is either that person can either listen or they don't. So who's bullying anybody? If anything, she felt like she was to the point she was bullying me. She was trying to silence me in the comments. And I was like, baby, no, 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 no. You cannot silence me in the comments because guess what? That is my unbiased opinion on Jasmine. And she proceeds to say, how do you know that Chris is not working? And I'm looking at her like, how do you know he's working? See, you to the point where you're trying to revamp your channel and you using Jasmine as a guinea pig. I'm gonna tell you why. Because everything that you were trying to quote unquote help her with in your comments, you could have got in her email and said that. You could have gotten her email, but no, you're trying to use her for ratings. But you say the reactors are trying to use her for ratings. No, 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 sis. I don't have to use her for ratings. I got two channels. I do mukbangs on my other channel, and I do reactions and reviews on this particular channel. So, baby, no, no, no. It's not about the ratings with me because I'm a small channel. I still haven't reached 1K. And if I don't reach 1K, I still wouldn't be mad. I'm on here just like I tell everybody to get comfortable in front of this camera. Now, if everybody feel like they're not to the point they don't like what I gotta say, then it is what it is. This is a platform that we're able to say what we want to say as long as we're within the guidelines. Now, as far as bullying somebody, no, no, no. I don't get on like that. No. I would never cyber bully nobody or do anything like that. I've seen too many people to the point where they would want to kill themselves. If that makes sense, I might edit that out. But yeah, no, I would never cyber bully nobody, none of that. Now, back to Jasmine. I have to do nothing but say she's doing good. She's progressing. She's leveling up. But I hate that she lost that promotion. When she did that, I kept hitting my head. I was like, man, I wish she had rehearsed that before they got on camera, because they got a chemistry on camera now. I can't say they ain't got chemistry on camera because they do. Because when she's cooking with him and he's cooking with her, they're to the point where they're as one, if that makes sense. But I wish she had did her research and maybe went to another channel and figured out how to actually do that particular thing as far as that blue ribbon thing, and she would have did it, executed it perfectly. And the reason why I say that is because there's a channel that I watch. It is called Stovetop Kisses. Stovetop Kisses to the point she's almost at, I don't want to lie on Stovetop Kisses because she's gonna get me for this. She's almost at 700K. Now, I've been watching her for a minute. I ain't gonna say from day one, but a lot of stuff that she do in that kitchen, she be like, girl, this is a production. I be saying to myself, why she keep saying that? She is to the point where she's trying to do other things outside of YouTube. She's leveling up. So therefore she's actually where she's like, if a lot of people are to the point where they don't do the Food Network thing. She's more like, it's more like a Food Network type situation, if that makes sense. But yeah, I hate to see that Jasmine lost that promotion, because see, that promotion could have built her to the point she could have went and leveled up and got more promotion. Because see, the whole idea of being a family channel is to get promotions. Because if you get promotion, that leads to bigger things, leveling up. You understand what I'm saying? Paid promotions. I was not on the one that was glad that she lost that particular promotion, if that makes sense. No, when I heard the news or how it went that she lost it, I did not to the point where I was cheerleading. No, that's not how it works with me. But yeah, I'll go back to what I always say. Jasmine has one thing that a lot of people wish they had. See, some people, they just got to the point where they get along with their mothers. Now, Jasmine was able to call her mom, even though she has a significant other. Her mom came through like she always do and helped her got her car fixed. Now, a lot of people might sit back and say why she couldn't do it. My thing is, her mom is just like I am with my son. She knows Jasmine's strengths and weaknesses, and she's always there for Jasmine. I can say that about the lady. I can't say nothing else bad about her. Anytime Jasmine call her, she's there. Now, she probably to the point where they probably off camera, she might say, hey, this, blase, this. But from what I could tell, from what Jasmine's telling us, her mom helps her, and that is a good thing. When you got the support of your mom, you can do a lot. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm hoping that Jazz can get all those kids out the house, because we all trying to get these kids out the house and back to school. I'm to the point where I'm ready for my son to go. I'm going to do a little crying out in the car, but I'm going to get myself together and I'm going to go on back to work, because he got to grow up. Now, I'm to the point where I also was looking at Liv. Everybody's saying that Liv is to the point where she's not ready for her kids to come back. Now, my opinion on it is, I can say no, she's not ready. I'm gonna tell you why. Liv is to the point where I'm looking at the fact that I'm gonna use myself as an example because I can interject myself. Liv does not understand what she has in Gerard. Gerard is a good man. Everybody said, well, how you don't know, how you can say that that man is a good man? I'm gonna tell you why. Even though Gerard is to the point where he has a significant other, he fought for his kids. Do you know how many men there are out there that don't fight for their kids? They could care less if what they do, as long as you don't call me, ask for no money or whatever. Because it's a lot of women out there can understand where I'm coming from on that. They don't care. You feel me? So at the end of the day, she is, I'm gonna go ahead and say, blessed on that end. Now, when Gerard got to the point he took to his IG and he got his kids, I never seen a man smile so brightly. He actually got to the point where they had the actual party for Ryan. And I'm looking at him and I was like, man, they really pulled this together. Now I see to the fact that he's with Nisha or whatever. I ain't gonna get into it about that right there, because see, that don't have nothing to do with me. I'm all about the kids. I'm just glad to see they were smiling, not saying they're not happy with Olivia. Now, people to the point where they're saying that she was supposed to get him back last week. My thing is, it might have been a court situation. You never know what was going on with the courts, what she had to do, maybe something she didn't do. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I personally don't want to see any mother lose their kids. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. Because if a mother loses their kids either through the system or through death, it takes them on a whole nother spiral. And I can vouch for that because I've seen it happen to some people. You know, and it's not a good look. So I'm not gonna say I want to see that happen to her, but what I want to see for Olivia is that she revamps her channel. She to the point where she get back vlogging like she used to do and get back on her grind. And I can say that because I've been following Olivia for a minute. I ain't been following her since she been on this particular platform, but I've been following her ever since she used to be in her bathroom. They used to do the most. She might say, what is she talking about? But I remember she do her makeup in that little tiny bathroom. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sick of living here. We got to move. And I was like, this girl crazy when I first looked on there. And I was like, but I got intrigued because I wanted to see more. I mean, it just kept wanting to see more. Then she interjects Gerard in there, and that's how I realized that that's actually her kid's father. Now, overall, I'm not going to say their relationship has been peaches and creams or none of that. They struggled. They did the most, but they got to the point where they actually got married. Now, I don't know what happened from there to the point where they actually got married, where it went left. Now, she don't let us see what she want to see. We don't know what happened behind closed doors. But what I can see from Gerard, he loves those kids. Now, if you're a man that loves your kids, in my eyes, hey, I ain't got nothing to say bad about you. Now, I'm hoping that they resolve their issue as far as their marriage is concerned. That's what's going to become on the table next. Because I don't know if Liv is to the point where she wants her divorce, or whether Gerard wants a divorce, or it's to the point where they don't know. But they're not to the point where they actually come full circle and tell us what they want to do as far as that's concerned. Because I personally, now, this is just my unbiased opinion, I think that Olivia still wants to be with Gerard. I'm going to tell you why. I was in the same relationship as far as Olivia was. On difference was I was not married to that guy. We got to the point where we actually were together for years. I had built this man up in my mind, and I was like, no, I ain't finna build him up for nobody else to get him. But at the same time, I didn't realize I was being selfish by trying to be with this man when he was not meant to be with me. You understand where I'm going with this? Now, we fast forward to now. Being this particular guy, we still cool, whether we chop it up. He to the point where he tells me what he has going on. A lot of times I tell him what I got going on. But overall, my daughter always asked me, she said, Mom, one day she came, she said, Mama, would you mind going back to such and such? And I looked at her, I was like, no. She gave me this look like, why? I was like, it ain't to the point where I got to not only tell you why, I'm just going to sit back and hope that you don't have to be in a position where I got to tell you why I have to make that decision, if that makes sense. I'm to the point when I'm with my oldest daughter, I try to not only be a role model for her, but most importantly, a listening ear. Because a lot of things that she has going on, they affect me as a parent. So therefore, I understand the family dynamic with these ladies. Because see, a lot of them are just like me, they're single moms. Only difference is I have a grown child. So it's to the point where I got a lot more going on than they do, if that makes sense. But yeah, I overall would say that Liv is not ready to get the kid. I'm not saying she's not a good mother. I think Liv needs to kind of level up, get her headspace right, and realize at the end of the day she's blessed that if she can't get the kids, I'm thinking Gerard would probably say, okay, yeah, I'll keep him a little longer till you get yourself together. Because he ain't type of man that he's trying to tear her down, or he to the point where he's trying to pull the kids from her. I don't think so. Now, I could be wrong, but that's not the way I see it. Now, Livia's just like I was back to me interjecting myself. She looking at Nisha like, this my man. I done level him up, and now you feel like you finna live off of him. I kind of sympathize with Livy on that end because hey, I would feel the same way if that's my husband. You feel me? Now people outside can say what they want to say, but then I'm gonna say I'm gonna be thinking to myself, that's my husband till I divorce him. But what I can say about Nisha, from what I can see on the internet, because I don't know the lady personally, she was smiling real hard in those pictures with those kids. And when you got a woman that's standing beside that man and love them kids, hey, you can't do nothing but either go against her or you can rock with her. My thing is, you need to rock with her. Cause get what? When you take your kids over there, she ain't finna do nothing stupid or crazy to your kids. You might be to the point where, hey, you might say, hey, I need you to watch the kids. I need to go somewhere for a minute. She might say, cool, drop them on off. And you build that relationship, if that makes sense. But I am to the point where I want to move on to, let's see. Let's see if I want to go here. Because I'm trying to do the three moms and I got to kind of step on eggshells with this one. But yeah, we're going to move on to Chrissy. Now, Chrissy is to the point where she is really has leveled up and revamped her channel. I have to say kudos to her. She has two channels. I watch both of them faithfully. I don't watch one more than the other sometimes. I personally like her cooking channel because see a lot of the ideas that she get in there, I actually get in the kitchen. I'm like, but man, Chrissy, yo, that's easy. That tastes good. But I'm gonna say a but. She's going through just like anybody else. She's to the point where her ex, if that makes sense, his baby mom wants to act like she running things. See, I can say that. I can get, whatever with that, because single mom understand that type of stuff. Chrissy to the level where she's saying, hey, who are you to interject into what we got going on? And I can, vouch for her on that, because hey, I'm like, hey, slow your roll. You don't, no. You don't do that. We don't rock like this is, because see, me and you are not even on that type of level. Because see, the way you did it is to the point now where you're seeing what I went through, and now you feel like you can try to dictate what's going on over here. No, ma'am, no, ma'am. Just like Krista was saying in her live, have you sent anything? Have you checked on the kids? When she said those type of things, I felt that. You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of times another woman can say what they want to say, but they don't be knowing what they saying. They just be throwing stuff out there, not knowing what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, overall, I love the way Chrissy is actually revamped her channel. She's tending to those kids because that's what Chrissy do. She's a mama for anything. You say what you want to say. And she's leveling up. She's getting in her car. She's doing her Instagram. She's doing what she got to do. That's just what Chrissy gonna do now. We also to the point where we seen Chrissy where she was homeless. That's when I gained the most respect for Chrissy because baby, I would have cracked like I don't know what, but she really leveled up when she was actually homeless with all her kids. Cause I was following her on that journey. I've been following Chrissy for a minute. I ain't gonna say since she said she been on YouTube. When she did that and leveled up, she got the other house that she had down there in Texas. Right before she got this new house she in, this sister did nothing but level up. Now, I'm not gonna touch Mean right now because I don't watch Mean like that. But from what I can tell, what they're saying, Ming has a new business. Ming is still doing what she do. Ming is getting to the bag. She ain't Ming, or she'll interject from now again. She'll say, "Hey, ha ha ha." That's the type of female Ming is. That what she present to me on the screen. She gonna get it done regardless. And outside of the other moms, she's probably the only one that's actually has, in my opinion, a more stable dynamic because she's married. Not saying she's better than other moms. I'm just stating my opinion. Overall, I'm hoping that all these ladies can do like we all trying to do, get these kids up out of here, get them to school, do what we need to do, get back to the new normal, if that makes sense, and get to the point where we get back to the bag. Because I know that's what I'm doing. I'm still doing what I need to do as from the house because I'm working from home now. But with my son going back to school, I'm thinking that I'm going to go back and finish up and get my master's degree. Because I've been procrastinating and saying I'm going to do it. Now I'm going to do it. Now I got time. So that gives me time to add to my credentials, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm thinking that I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to think about doing my business. Because I keep saying that I want that business. And there ain't no reason why I can't have that business. Because I'm to the point. I was having a conversation with my daughter. And she was like, Mama, why you keep talking about that business and you hadn't started it? And I was like, what the word is she saying? She don't know what she talking about. She's like, Mom, you smart. You could have been had that business. And the reason why I say that she knows that I'm smart because a lot of stuff she can't do and versus whatever we know we a team. I don't know if people know or whatever. My daughter, she sells lashes. She has a little business, ain't big and then like that. It's a small business, but at the end of the day, I can kind of respect her because she's doing something on the entrepreneur side. You know that takes a lot of courage to do that. But I also wanted to give everybody an update on my daughter. She actually got to the point where she's actually going into the military. So I am so happy. I just cannot contain myself. I want to jump up and down. I'm praying for her at the same time. And I'm just hoping that she'll do this and it will work out for her. And most importantly, that she'll make it out of a career. She'll do good in the actual military, that it will actually work for her, and that it will actually bring her nothing but blessings. But I have to be to the point, y'all, where I have to get off of this live. I got to go in here and finish my dinner. Because you know what tonight is? It's Taco Tuesday. Yeah, your girl's gonna get in here and chef it up like I always do. I'm gonna do tacos tonight. I got some margaritas I'm gonna drink. And I'm just gonna, scroll these streets and just do what I do. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that's actually rocking with my channel. I see a lot of people are commenting more now. A lot of people asking me, what is the tea on me and another content creator while we was back and forth. I was like, no, we ain't gonna go there while we was back and forth. That person know what it is, I know what it is too. But see, the difference between me and a lot of other people is I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. Channel wise, growth wise, none of that. It's a lot. As I always say, it's enough money out here for everybody to eat. And guess what? At the end of the day, I'm gonna eat. Now, if you ain't trying to eat, that's on you. But I appreciate everybody, and I'm gonna actually upload another video later, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Tuesday. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks, guys.